Yeah, really, there's not a whole lot to clean up. I mean, we started the game out with a pick six and momentum going our way, and we get the defense gets back out on the field and hold them on a 3 and out, and they punt, and when they punted to us, it obviously hit the heel of one of our gunners or guys that was walling one of the gunners off, and turned the ball back over, and they were able to capitalize and go score, and we knew it was going to be a physical football game. That was the biggest thing we knew coming in, and we knew both teams being 2-2 that there had to be, there was a very important ball game in the fact that someone's going to come away 1-0 in conference play to win their opener, and we didn't play as physical as we needed to play. They out physicaled us, and we made too many mistakes, especially in the second quarter when we let the game kind of get away. We fell down 35-7, where our inability to protect our quarterback was very evident. We turned the ball over, and when you turn the ball over and they're able to capitalize and score 14 points off of turnovers, it's really hard to beat anybody in that regard. But was very proud of the way that we came back out in the second half. We had several opportunities late in the first half to get the game to within a 2-score game, and was just unable to do it, but came back out in the second half and continued to fight and claw our way back into it, and we had to convert some fourth downs to keep some drives alive. But again, at the end of the day, we didn't win the turnover margin, and they they outplayed us, and so we got to rebound. We got to hit the reset button and get ready to go for this Friday night against a very talented Tulsa team that's explosive offensively. They're playing well defensively. They got 8 returning starters back, and they're coming off an open week where they've had a chance to get some guys back healthy. And so we got to be ready to go, and I look forward to get back out on the field today, and our guys got to get better over last week and learn from it.
Take questions for Coach Chad Morris, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad to join the queue. The operator will introduce you.
And our first question comes from Dan Tortora with wakeupcalldt.com.
Good morning, Coach. How are you today?
Good morning.
To take a look at your defense that you mentioned a little bit there in your address, multiple interceptions in 4 or 5 games this season, just what you can say about, obviously the record's 2-3, but the defense is taking care of business, and they're obviously giving opportunities to the offense. Just what you can say about that.
Yeah, they are. They really are, and they're playing really well. They've done a great job creating turnovers, and that's been very promising to see. When you create as many turnovers as we've created this year, we haven't done a very good job at all of putting points on the board after turnovers. But they're keeping us in the games. They're keeping the games, giving us an opportunity until our offense does come around and get going. I know what it's going to take offensively. I know that it's a growing process right now when you've got so many freshmen that are playing. We were out 2 more starters in the offensive line, so I had to put another freshman out there at tackle, and it was tough. It was tough for him to protect. I had to bring another guy in that had been playing tight end as of late of 2 weeks ago and move him into a tackle position, and then we had to help him out in some pass protection with putting a back on him, and when that happens, somebody else gets exposed. So we were limited. We're going to get some guys back this week, but we've got to be able to get the ball in the end zone. We've shown flashes of it the other night, and we just got to keep fighting. Stay to the process. Nobody's panicking. We're going to be okay. It's just we need to continue to play relentless defense that we're playing until we get some guys back healthy and we get this thing going.
When you know that it takes time, and like you said, you have freshmen, so the defense is given opportunities, but you have injuries, you have freshmen that are out there. Your quarterback, Ben Hicks, what have you seen from him in these first 5 games, positively, or maybe some working areas that you're taking away from him saying, you know what, he's a freshman, he's going to make mistakes, but how are you kind of looking at him going into week 6?
Well, I really thought he showed a lot of resilience last week against Temple. He was hit. They really did a good job of disrupting him. He would get right back up. He was a tough competitor. I thought of the games he started in this year, that was his best game to this point because he didn't let too much affect him. As many times as he got knocked down, he got right back up, and so that was good to see. Now he had a couple of bad throws that he wished he could have had back. There's no question about that. That's going to happen. But just his ability to stand in the pocket and get the ball out, because he did do some really good things for us. And we've got to do a better job of protecting him.
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate it.
You bet.
And do you have other questions for Coach Morris, please? Star 1 on your telephone keypad if so.
We'll take a follow-up from Dan Tortora with wakeupcalldt.com.
Well, Coach, looking at your history and what you've been able to do, obviously working with Dabo Sweeney, you know that things take time. Obviously Dabo is at the top of things right now, but that took time, that took effort, that took work behind the scenes. Do you kind of get that feel about SMU as well? Do you feel like this is a program that you can take from what you learned with Dabo and say, like you just said, we're going to be all right, we're going to make it back? Do you see that happening potentially with this, and can you pull from that experience?
Yeah, without a doubt you can. I mean, when you see the progress that we've made, and when you look out on the field, and we've signed 47 kids since we've been here. 2 signing classes have come through here, and of the 2 signing classes, of the 47 kids we've signed, we're playing 35 of these kids right now. So when you look out on the field and you're seeing true freshmen, redshirt freshmen, some sophomores out on the field, and you understand that you're going to make mistakes. It's going to happen. The one thing you do, and I've always felt this and learned it from Coach Sweeney, is the fact that, you got to put your kids in position, and as long as they're playing hard and giving you everything they got, that's what you ask for as a coach. And with that, good things are going to happen. I mean, it is. Good things are eventually going to happen. You got to go through growing pains. It's part of this process. It doesn't mean that you're declining. It means that you're continuing to grow if you can learn from them. And that's the thing. Stay the course. Don't panic when you live in a world that everybody wants to panic when something immediately goes wrong. You can't do that. You got to show resiliency. You got to step up and show these players how things are done. And when you do, it'll pay off. And so again, this is a process, and we're going to continue the course. Nobody's panicking. We're 0-1, and we're gonna get the opportunity to go back out there this Friday and improve on our performance. The one thing, Dan, that I would say that our challenge to our players is we have yet to play our best at all 3 phases. We've played really good defensively, but my challenge, and has been our challenge for the last few weeks, is I want to see our best over the 5 games we've been in. I want to see our best defensive performance this Friday night. I want to see our best special teams performance, and I want to see our best offensive performance. That was my challenge last week to our guys coming into Temple, and as I shared with them yesterday in a team meeting, I would have loved to walk in that team meeting yesterday and said we played our best on offense, our best on special teams, our best on defense, and you know what, guys? Our best just wasn't good enough. Because in life, sometimes that happens that way. But I'm unable to say that. I would love to have seen what our best would have done against a good Temple team that had their back against the wall. And so it's part of the young, playing your young players. And, man, we're going to stay the course. These guys are going to continue to play hard for us. And you know what? There's going to be an opportunity. There's going to be a time that as we look at this thing this season, that these guys are going to achieve their best game, and hopefully on a Monday when we're sitting here talking, I can say we did play our best, and here was the outcome of it. So, no time like this Friday night to let that happen.
Thanks, Coach. I always appreciate your time.